Hello everyone, it's Sandra and welcome to today's video. I wanted to just share a quick overview of my current spring beauty favorites that I'm actively using and loving right now that you can also get at Sephora. The Sephora Spring Savings event is going on. It just opened to the VIB tier today. Opened up for Rouge first, and then today the VIB members get to shop, and then I don't know if today or in another couple of days the Beauty Insider tier gets to shop. So they kind of stagger it like that. Rouge members get 20% off, VIB members get 15% off, Beauty Insider members get 10% off. It's not the best sale in the world by any stretch of the imagination. I think the strong suit of the Sephora Savings event is that they have such a great wide selection of brands. There's fragrance, there's skincare, there's makeup, hair care, body care, etc. So there's a lot of different brands under the same umbrella. If you're just stocking up on things that you actively use up throughout the year, it is a nice opportunity to replenish those items, and you get to do it all in one spot. I'm also going to share with you what I ordered. Most of my skincare is not sold at Sephora, but these two products are, and these I would especially recommend to my fellow acne-prone, oily combination skin friends. The SOFIE PAVITT Mandelic Clearing Serum. This is an 8% mandelic acid serum. There's also a little bit of lactic acid, and there's also hyaluronic acid in here. It helps exfoliate the skin in a really gentle way. It unclogs the pores. It never irritates the skin. I'm able to use this at night, and I alternate it with my tretinoin. So I don't use them together. On one night I use this, on the next night I use tretinoin. I'm never irritated. This is super, super gentle. It does a great job at exfoliating the skin, making sure there's no dead skin buildup, and it also unclogs the pores, and it also tackles the inflammation. It reduces the pigmentation that is left behind after a blemish. It tackles that redness that gets left behind and sometimes can last for weeks after a blemish. This helps speed up the entire process, and it's really, really gentle. SOFIE PAVITT, her entire brand is for acne-prone skin, and her website is also a really great resource if you want to learn more about the products and her philosophy. She's an esthetician based out of New York City, I believe. Honestly, everything I've tried from the brand has been great, but my favorite standout product is the Mandelic Serum. And then the other thing is this SPF. This is from Ciele. It's the Prime and Protect SPF 30 Primer. This is a sunscreen, a mineral sunscreen, SPF 30, that is designed to be used under makeup, and most mineral sunscreens aren't the best under makeup. They're either way too heavy and greasy on my skin, or they have pore clogging ingredients and break me out, or they end up getting really, really dry and crusty throughout the day, and this doesn't do that. It is extremely cosmetically elegant. It's SPF 30. You know, I wouldn't use this in the middle of summer if I'm hanging out outside. I would stick to something that's more like the waterproof SPF 50 situation, but for every day, especially right now in the spring, it just leaves the skin feeling and looking really nice and hydrated, but I wouldn't say it doesn't have shimmer in it or anything. It's not as glowy as the In Beauty sunscreen. That one has more of a pigment, more of a glowy pigment running through it. It's almost like a subtle highlighting primer kind of thing. This doesn't have that quality to it. Dries down a little bit tacky, a little bit grippy, so it's just a great primer for makeup. Formulated to be, you know, acne safe, so highly, highly, highly recommend. And then for complexion, the Ciele Skin Tint. This is still one of my favorite complexion products. I use this all the time. I use it in shade number 4, and I use just 4 drops. 4 drops spread all over the face. Then I do, you know, spot concealing where I need it, but 4 drops is all it takes, and I really, really love this. And then for more of a medium coverage, for special occasions, or if I'm traveling, the DIOR foundation stick. I still absolutely love this, and I can't recommend it enough. It's fantastic. I use shade 2N. There are a few new-ish launches. I was mildly tempted by the new Givenchy foundation, but I wasn't tempted enough to go out and buy it. That was one of, like, on my maybe list for the Sephora sale, but then I ended up talking myself out of it. I've also been using Armani Luminous Silk again, and I'm enjoying that as well. So maybe once I use up that Armani Luminous Silk, I'll try the new Givenchy, but by the time that happens, there will probably be 10 new foundations vying for my attention. I still haven't tried the Prada foundation. There's also a new Guerlain foundation. There's just a lot of stuff, and I only have one face, so I'm taking my time. For concealer, the HAUS Labs concealer is still a big favorite of mine. I use it in shades 21 and 11, medium to full buildable coverage concealer. It performs great under my eyes. It is really long wearing. This is kind of my heavy duty go-to concealer. It has just great coverage and really great longevity. I also love the Westman Atelier concealer. I use this in shade L4. This is similar to the HAUS Labs, but it's not quite as thick, not quite as dry. It's a little bit more emollient. So if you tried the HAUS Labs and you kind of liked it, but you wished it wasn't so dry, the Westman Atelier is a little bit more, just like a touch more creamy, a touch more stretchy. So I can just use a dot of this and just blend it out in the most beautiful way to just get a nice medium coverage under the eyes. Wears beautifully. I don't like this all over my face though. I love it under the eyes. Whereas the HAUS Labs, I like it both on my face and under my eyes. Makeup by Mario bronzer, the Serum, the Softsculpt Bronzing and Shaping Serum. This is so good, and my hot take is that this is better than the thing in the pot. I used to have the one in the pot too, the one that everybody loves. I actually recently used it up. I like this more, and I think, again, because I have combination oily skin, the other one in the pot just stayed a lot more wet on the skin. This one sets and it dries down. It's a little bit more sheer, but it sets. So I prefer this. Now the shade light medium in the liquid is a lot warmer than the shade light medium in the pot. So I'm going to get the shade light in this liquid because that one is more neutral. So I just haven't gotten around to it yet, but this formula is just so beautiful. And this product shines with lower coverage complexion products. So I wouldn't use this product if I'm doing a full coverage glam. This product performs best with lighter coverage, with tinted moisturizers, with skin tints. If you're into that no makeup look, this product complements that style of makeup really well. You can also mix it in with a foundation if you want to give it a bit more of a bronzy glow. It's just a really easy multi-purpose. Love the fact that you can pump it out, or you can use the wand. I actually paid full price for this because I ordered this from the Westman Atelier website when it launched. I absolutely love it. It's the powder cheek duo. I bought this in the shade Petal Biscuit. So there are 3 cheek duos that are blushes combined with sculpting shades, and then there are 3 duos that are just blush shades. So this is I believe this is the lightest of the sculpting duo options. And I have used this every single day since I bought it. I'm wearing it today. It is just the most beautiful, soft, blurring, easy to blend, just a truly luxurious powder cheek formula. I like this better than the Hermes blush formula, and while the price point is really high, it's definitely in line with I believe the Chanel blush duos cost the same. These are $75. The Chanel blush duos are also $75. I believe the Tom Ford blush duos are $90. I like a matte finish. This is matte, but it's not a dull matte. Like, you still see the skin shining through, and it's just so blurring and smoothing on the skin. So if you have pores, if you have acne scars, if you have texture, this just glides over that texture beautifully. Hermes blushes, I think they're $90 and you just get one color. So this you get 2 for $75, and like I said, I like this formula better than Hermes. I like it better than Sicily. Sicily blushes again are $90. This definitely is on the high end of the luxury pricing spectrum, but in my opinion, especially given that I've tried some of the other formulas at this comparable price point, I think this is even better than those in terms of quality, at least for what I like and for my personal preferences. Obviously, if you like a glowy finish from your blush, this is not going to be the product for you. There are a lot of amazing blushes on the market and we only have one face. So part of me wanted to go crazy and get a couple more shades. I really like the look of the Mimi Coquette duo, and then the Sable and Suede duo looks so beautiful too. So maybe, I don't know, maybe next year Sephora sale, or maybe during the Credo Friends and Family sale, I can get that one. I don't need to get it right now. You know what I mean? But I'm so happy with this. A lot of the shades were sold out online, but when I checked local Sephora stock, it was stocked well in store. For another special treat, if you're good with cheek products, but you maybe want a special treat for the eyes, the NARS Temptation, what is this called? I keep calling it the wrong name. The Afterglow Tempting palette. I kept calling it Afterglow Temptation, but it's the Afterglow Tempting palette. This is such a beautiful, warm, rosy palette. It's really playful. There are amazing glitters in here, and I did an entire video swatching this, showing comparison swatches, also showing you how I like to wear it on the eyes, so check that out if you're curious. But I really like this. The price point is already great. The formulas are great. And I just noticed it got really dark and I looked outside and it is snowing. So I'm not okay. Prada has 3 new eyeshadows that are limited edition for spring, and I bought one of them. I bought the shade, the lightest shade. It's called number 7 Pansy or Peony, I believe. Yeah, Peony, I think. I'm wearing it right now. I wouldn't recommend this to everyone because it is so subtle. It's very one-dimensional. You can't get a lot of looks out of this. Any way you combine these colors, your eyeshadow's look is probably gonna end up looking the same. There isn't a lot of contrast between these shades. I really like the Prada eyeshadow formula. These shades are so creamy. This is more of like a creamy matte. These two have a satin finish, and then this one has a little bit of a shimmery finish. If you remember the Armani eye tint in shade number 11, it was called Rose Ashes, and that was my favorite for a long time until Armani changed the formula and they don't work for me anymore. This is the closest, like this color is the closest I've found to that Armani shade. So especially when I layer this on top of this, it's incredible. And the formula is so beautiful, long wearing, very, very luxurious. So this is definitely a light contrast eyeshadow quad. If you remember the craze on TikTok from a few months ago when everybody was talking about high contrast, low contrast, medium contrast makeup, this is the definition of a light contrast. If you want to see the other ones in action, and if you are close to my skin tone, I recommend checking out Tanya Wells because she has, I think she has all of them at this point, but she did really beautiful looks with the other 2, and those are definitely more, there's more contrast in those, and especially if you like a smokier eye, those would probably be better options. But I'm not really doing a smoky eye on an everyday basis. So for me, this is in line with my everyday makeup style, but it's by no means a need. It does look very boring, and it's like on the border of being too boring even for me. I recommend the formula, and I recommend checking out the 3 new colorways because they're all really beautiful and neutral. The palettes in the regular line all have like a crazy pop of color in them, which is really interesting. This is what number is this? It doesn't say. All the quads in the permanent line have a fun pop of color, but the 3 limited edition ones for spring are all neutrals. So if you're a neutrals lover, check them out. Wouldn't recommend this particular one unless you are super into super minimal looks, and if you are fair, light, on the lighter end of light to medium. The one nice thing about Prada eyeshadows is that they are like they're refillable, so they're easy to swap in and out. Lip combination is my current hyperfixation. This is a lip combination I'm wearing right now. Makeup Forever Smoky Pink Lip Liner. I think this is my favorite lip liner color ever, at least right now. It's just the perfect balance of pink and brown, and it's not too, it doesn't pull warm. Matches my natural lip color so well. So I really love it. And then the Tower 28 lip gloss in the shade Pistachio. This is my perfect neutral pink. It is so beautiful. This formula is really, really comfortable. It's really moisturizing. I wouldn't recommend owning too many of these at the same time. I wouldn't recommend getting a whole bunch of different shades because these go bad fast. So I have a one open at a time policy with this. In like 6 months, they will start smelling absolutely vile. So it's one of those clean beauty products that goes bad fast, but it's worth it. This is literally one of my favorite lip glosses that I own. It's just that perfect pink for me. Not a long wearing gloss formula by any means, but it's so moisturizing and it feels so nice on the lips that it's a perfect type of product to just add in your bag and touch up throughout the day. The Crown Affair dry shampoo is phenomenal. It's a loose powder dry shampoo. It comes with a brush. It just allows for really precise application. It has an amazing fresh woody scent, and it's refillable. So once you use it up, you can just buy a refill cartridge for it. It never irritates my scalp, and it just absorbs oil beautifully. It is my favorite dry shampoo, and I feel like I've tried all the dry shampoos on the market at this point. And then their leave-in conditioner is also fantastic. This is the mini size. I have thin, fine hair, so I don't go through hair products that quickly. You can use this a bunch of different ways. You can use this on damp hair, and then, you know, you apply your styling products and then you can blow dry your hair. I actually like to use this in between washes just to rehydrate my lengths and ends. I don't use an hair oil anymore. I switched to this, and this just suits my hair type a lot more. It's really lightweight and it moisturizes and rehydrates the ends of my hair without making them feel greasy or heavy at all. Then for my last recommendations, I have some fragrance recommendations. The first one is a fragrance that I recommend every spring and I still love it. Springtime in a Park from Replica Maison Margiela. This is the perfect spring scent. There's dewdrops everywhere and the trees are starting to bloom. That's what this smells like. It is a very airy, lightweight, fruity floral fragrance, but it's not too fruity and it's not too floral. It just strikes a perfect balance, and it's not citrusy, it's not zesty. The fruit note is a pear note. So it's just a beautiful, gentle pear note mixed with florals. It's very, very beautiful. It's not the most long-wearing fragrance in the world, but like the spring blooms, it's here for a short time, but while it's here, it's beautiful and we admire it. And you can just get a travel size of it. And then the other thing I've been loving is just a combination of these two. It's not really springy or anything, but just together, I have been loving this combination for this particular spring. And it's Glossier You Do. This is the woody, musky, violet ambroxan scent that Glossier launched last year. This is one of my favorite fragrances. I wear this all the time, year round. It's just a great everyday scent for me. But I've been loving mixing it with Seven Virtues Santal Vanille. This is the most beautiful, well-balanced, creamy vanilla sandalwood fragrance. It is so beautiful. It is not cloying. It's not too sweet. It's not too woody. It's perfectly balanced in the middle. And these two together, it's just the sweetness and the woodiness plays really nicely together. So I've been really into this combination. I also did order the small travel size bottle of Glossier You Fleur. I was slightly disappointed when I smelled that one in the store. It was mainly because it was not what I was expecting. The name Glossier You Fleur, I thought that it would be more floral. On my skin, it smelled straight up like sunscreen. It had that tropical copper tone sunscreen scent to it. It was because of the ylang ylang and like the mineral salt note in there. It does have a sun-kissed skin scent quality to it, but it was very much like a gentle tropical vibe. As it wore throughout the day, the dry down was really nice. The dry down smelled more like that typical Glossier You DNA. I got to smell the ambroxan, but it was more of like the Ambroxan with a salty, sun-kissed skin undertone. I thought that it would be a really good fragrance for layering for the summertime. So that's why I got the travel size so that I can try layering it with some of my other fragrances, and I think it would be a beautiful layering scent. But as a standalone scent, I wasn't that crazy about it. I liked it, but I didn't love it. Not nearly as much as this. I was disappointed, maybe because of the name and the marketing. At least on my skin, it definitely evoked more of those sun-kissed, subtle beach vibes versus the floral side of things, which is maybe what I was expecting. In terms of what I ordered, like I said, I did order the little travel size of Glossier You Fleur, and then everything else is body care because I ran out of a lot of my body care staples. So my restocks were all just body care favorites. The Soft Services Smoothing Solution, my favorite body exfoliant, great for lumps, bumps, ingrown hairs. It's my favorite. Refill of the Necessaire Shower Gel. The Eucalyptus scent is my favorite, but I wanted to switch it up. So I ordered the Olibanum scent, which I've never smelled. So I ordered it blind, but it sounds like I would enjoy it. I also ordered the Necessaire Vitamin C Serum for the body. I'm hearing amazing things about that. One of my goals this year is to be more diligent with my body skincare. There is some sun damage that I would like to fade. The Necessaire Body Vitamin C will be great for that. What else did I order? I ordered some fancy magnesium bath flakes from Higher Dose. I also tried to get a restock of my favorite lip balm, the Edam Lip Softening Balm in the clear shade, but the clear one has been out of stock at Sephora for months. I even signed up for text notifications for when it came back in stock, and it came back in stock the day before the sale started. And then I added it to my cart, and I was like, okay, in the morning when I check out, I'll check out in the morning. So by the time I checked out the next day in the morning, this was out of stock. I don't know why Sephora just can't seem to keep the clear one in stock. Almost bought the new Givenchy pressed powder. That was in my cart as well, but then I took it out at the 11th hour because the only reason I had that in my cart is because of just out of curiosity. I don't need another powder. I still have half a jar of the old Givenchy powder and a small travel size of it. So by the time I use this, there will be another Sephora sale. I have the Wet n Wild pale pink loose powder, which is actually a really great alternative to the Givenchy loose powder. I managed to talk myself out of this one. I'm actually quite curious how the Givenchy pressed powder, the number 3, the Voile Rose shade, I'm curious how that compares with the Pat McGrath pressed powder in the pink color. Because before I discovered the Givenchy, the Pat McGrath under eye setting powder was my holy grail under eye powder. So I'm actually curious how the pressed Givenchy compares. But the Pat McGrath pink one has been out of stock at Sephora for months as well. And there are some rumors that Pat McGrath, the Pat McGrath makeup brand, is not doing very well on the business side of things. She also got the job of creative director for Louis Vuitton's beauty brand, which launches in the fall. I'm actually really excited for Louis Vuitton Beauty because Pat McGrath she's such an industry icon, and I don't know if you guys remember, but Pat McGrath started Gucci Beauty. Gucci Beauty under Pat McGrath was top tier amazing. Alessandro Michele Gucci Beauty rebrand, not really my thing. I loved the old Gucci Beauty. Pat McGrath also started Armani Beauty. Fun fact, did you know, I think 25 years ago now, maybe 26 years ago, maybe it was 1999. And Pat McGrath is the reason we have Luminous Silk. So I think Pat McGrath is going to be amazing at Louis Vuitton. Hopefully she's also able to maintain her existing brand. I'm not sure what's going on, but there's been a tangible difference in product launches. It just doesn't seem to be like a well-oiled machine. So we'll have to wait and see. That's the random bit of beauty news that I'm thinking about. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you ordered in the Sephora sale or what's in your cart. Do you want me to help you decide between some products? Ask away in the comments. Do you want me to talk you out of anything? I'll be chatting with you in the comments as always. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.